Hello, welcome to another Gundam Battle Operation 2 video. That is the the GM3 Close Combat with I tried to do King Crimson colors, which I almost got it, but unfortunately can't color the bottom of his feet. I already had like a King Diamond Ashimar, and I was like, oh, I want to do another one. Oh, I also had a Diver Down prototype Dom, was it? But yeah, anyway. Yeah, this new suit. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie to y'all, when I woke up at, when the suit came out at like 11 o'clock for me, also 4,000 damage, holy shit, accidentally knocked over my teammate. It's gonna happen a lot this match, and I'm sorry for whoever got downswung. Two matches too, one in ground, one in space. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, when I first saw this suit come out, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to fucking sleep. But no, I didn't. It turns out it has some, it has a gimmick that's really good. However, there's some stuff about the suit that I don't really think should be on the suit for the gimmick it has. Well, we'll get into that. First, we're gonna start with some stats here. It has, starting with level 1. Level 1 is 450, level 2 is 500. I have the level 1, so the 450 has 14 ballistic resistance, 20 beam resistance, 14 melee resistance, 0 range strength, 45 melee strength, and I think the turn speed is worth mentioning, which is 63, but I believe since it has ground capability, it's like at 70. Which I prefer using this in space personally, but anyway, yeah. If you can see, that's not great stats. I mean, I'm fine with, well, actually, no, 14 beam ballistic resistance is kind of low. There's still quite a few ballistic suits at this cost at 450, even at 500. 20 beam resistance. I guess it's kind of reasonable. And then you realize some of the other stuff it has on it. Probably could have done with a little bit higher than that. Maybe 25, who knows. 14 melee resistance. I have the biggest contention with this. It's the same as the regular GM3. But this one is the GM3 Close Combat. So you think because it's Close Combat, it would, have melee stats that would fit that. At least melee resistance, but it doesn't. It's just the same. And it's low, and at 450 to 500, there is a lot of suits that will fucking murder you. I'm pretty sure the Mark II can one combo you. Also, that poor Sam's fucking dead. That's a general. Yeah, I don't agree with the 14 melee resistance at all. 0 range strength. I get that it has a whole bunch of melee strength, but fucking 0. Jesus Christ. They weren't kidding when they said it was close combat. And 45 melee, which, yeah, it's 45 melee. Pretty high. Then for its weapons, you can actually choose between having the regular GM3 beam rifle, you stun, has a pretty high heat rate. Or you can do the GM rifle, which is the machine gun that I believe can do like a 3-round burst, or you can hold it in rapid fire, but you lose accuracy. You can also do what I have here, which is the modified bazooka, the hyper bazooka, which I use because you have more rounds, and because, the higher cost you're going to go, the less ballistic resistance there's probably going to be. And, I can use that for a suit that has 0 range. I need all the damage I need. But it does have 2 melee weapons. It has the GM3. Oh, I'm sorry about my teammate there. I think I'm gonna knock him over again. Again, I'm sorry to whoever that is. It has GM3 double beam sabers, which they do 2,000 damage, which to me that feels very average damage. And then it has the Oh, well, that goes for primary weapons. So you have the beam rifle, bazooka. You can choose between those. And you have the double beam sabers. And again, I'm sorry. uh, Secondary weapons. It has the head-mounted Vulcan, really weak, 70 power, and with your 0 range, it does hardly anything. 60 rounds. They're there just to add a little bit of damage. Very weak, even against supports, man. It's kind of sad. And then, of course, your beam javelin, which has 2,200 damage, base damage. And what makes this interesting is you see the little crosshairs there, which I just fell into a fucking trap that I should have known was going to happen. It has crosshairs, and you can actually charge that beam javelin. Before we get into that, the beam javelin itself you can use as an actual weapon. It has the typical downswing of the javelin. All of its moves are just the beam javelin. If you played a Pale Rider, you probably know how that goes. Now, the charge up, it's one of its skills, which, with its skills, it has Balancers, Maneuver Armor 2, and Force Injector 2, which is pretty good. It does have a dodge roll, and then the blast stabilizer, so you don't get hit by mobile suit explosions. And actually also has frontline support, which is pretty good. You can put that with other GM3s and get to a front line faster, which is nice. And then the heavy attack, which is what you charge the beam javelin for. That is a very interesting ability and very dangerous. And it's clear that they kind of just focus the suit around that gimmick itself. It's very clearly the suit is a introduction for this gimmick. Which I believe is going to be added to a bunch of other suits in the near future. Maybe not a bunch, but it's kind of weird that the GM3 gets this move that it's just a fucking end-all be-all move, and not something like the O or the double Zeta. But what it does is it increases your power, obviously, like that. Just fucking murder generals. It increases your power, and what makes me believe that other suits are going to get it, like generals, maybe a support or two, is that it increases your melee priority when you use that attack. So I'm guessing if you have 2 melee priority, it'll jump to 3. It doesn't work for this suit because it already has 3 melee priority, so you're going to clash with other 3 melee priority suits. But it does increase your melee priority, and it pierces through shields, and it ignores buffers, which is insane. That means if you go up to an MLRS, which is, I wouldn't take the 500 to a 550 mesh, to be honest, but if you go up to an MLRS and charge this up, it will go through its shield entirely, and you'll get the full damage off. Which, if you get the fucking full damage off against a support, I've gotten to 14,000 damage, which is fucking insane. That nearly one combos supports, and then if you follow up with your other melee, your GM3 Beam Sabers, you will one combo them, almost guaranteed. It fucking murders. Also, by the way, time out. We'll see what we got going on right here, real quick. Yeah, mission complete. Nice, fucking King Crimson. He has no weakness besides everything else. Top individual, top damage, nice. You will get a top damage if you know what you're doing. Didn't beat my rival because you'll see here he's got first place and I will get second place, which is pretty sad. 5 and 3, but you know, second place, not too bad. And then here we're doing a space match, which, yeah, in space. That heavy attack is a really good skill to have. Unfortunately, I think with the resistances this thing has on ground, this thing is very easy to take out on the ground. I've seen generals even just defend themselves against the suit pretty easily. It does have pretty low health, like 14,000. Although I did buff mine here because this is a space loadout I'm using, which I gave it a little bit more. I gave it almost 90 thruster gauge, and I left its resistances alone because I think the maneuver armor and the force injectors really help with you not being able to get hit a lot. So you can use that to your advantage to avoid fire and last longer. You don't have that luxury on the ground. You're able to get hit a lot easier. But yeah, I do think it's way better in space, because also along with that heavy attack you have, it kind of has a area of effect move going on. It hits diagonal, as you saw where I accidentally hit my own teammates again. Uh, I do. I think it's way better to use in space, even though it's not space compatible. Well, it's not the main thing you can use it on. It has ground. It gets boost to its stats when it's on the ground. But I do think it's way better in space, just because of that maneuver armor, level 2, force injectors. It's easier to get out of stuff, I say, while getting stun locked. Uh, but yeah, the suit also, it has horizontal swings, which sucks in space, and he's diagonal. The suit, it relies too heavily on this heavy attack skill, which it is a good skill, but you can also get countered in it, which is, if you're too predictable, you can get countered while doing it. Knowing me, as soon as I get a counter off, the game's going to lag, and I'm going to take the first half of that damage anyway and lose 5,000 health as a support, but, that's how it goes sometimes, but you can counter it, and of course, if you have 3 melee priority, you can actually clash with it, and I've clashed with, I believe it was in that first match where I clashed with another GM3 close combat. So you have a GM3 that has no shield, has low melee resistance and low resistances overall, and it has 0 range, and it has a very average kind of melee, but it has that one heavy attack that can nearly one-hit a lot of suits, and also can fuck up generals in other raids, which I don't know if that makes it completely worth it. I kind of... It might be worth it for a lot of people that want like a meme suit. It's almost like the Phaz if it was a melee suit. It's a raid Phaz, yeah, it's gonna fall up and fuck this guy up. Or maybe, it's like the prototype beam rifle for the White Dingo GM, but now it's a melee suit. Yeah, I mean, potentially, if you put this in mix-up mode and somebody picks a fucking GM command, level 1 or something, tries to be cheeky, you can just one-hit kill them. What makes it really good is that you can pierce through shield, which... fuck, man. You can do a lot of damage with this suit. But that requires you to not die when you get there first, and to not be predictable. Holy fuck, that reached. And yeah, you have that going against you too, is that you're going to be very predictable. You're going to have to get a stun off, then you have to go in with your melee. And it's going to be hard you can't really stun somebody and then charge up your heavy attack, because at that point they're just going to get up and stun you, or do something else. Dodge roll out of the way. And you can't really downswing somebody and then charge it up, because then you're probably going to miss it. What you have to do is wait for somebody else to get a downswing off. You just have to do your regular combo setup where you use your double beam sabers, then your javelin, back to your beam sabers. You really want to use that heavy attack to come in for an initial kind of strike, or to double team on somebody. And I believe we do that this match, where the other GM3 close combat gets his downswing off, and then I follow up with mine. And it leads to some crazy damage. You can definitely one combo a suit just by having 2 of these. But again, I have to stress this. It's pretty easy to take out on the ground. Super easy. And if you have a guy that knows what he's doing to protect you, if you're a support, let's say, like you and a general, you'll have no problems taking the suit out, because it has to get close. Because again, it has 0 range. My bazooka, it's doing almost doo-doo damage to supports, and that poor GM striker. Honestly, I think I prefer the... Oh, it was way too obvious there. Again, predictable. I wouldn't say I prefer the Striker Custom, but I do think the Striker Custom is better in its overall game plan to melee people. You know what I mean? I think if you're a person that loves combo suits, the Striker Custom is definitely better for you. Where's the Strike Custom? The one that has the Demon Blade system, you know, and also has the exam. It also has more resistances, so you're definitely gonna last longer in a fight, and I believe it has more health as well. And I think if you activate Demon Blade, I believe it gets a double dodge roll. I have to make sure on that, but and of course you can choose between having different melee weapons for your choice. This one just gets the double beam sabers and the beam javelin, which because of how the beam javelin is, because the heavy attack, it has a long ready up time after you use an attack. That includes your regular attacks too. So if you come in with your beam sabers, whack them a few times, take out your beam javelin to whack them a few times, and I guess pull out your beam sabers again, and you want to use your beam javelin, you have to wait for that to ready up again. It's a decently long ready up time. So to me, I believe the Strike Custom is better at just overall staying alive on a battlefield. But man, the Strike Custom, it does not have this burst damage that this suit has. Like, fuck, man, look at that. Fucking murdered. You can just absolutely destroy generals with this. Anybody who has less than half health, you will kill them. Look at this here. He comes with his downswing, I come in with mine. The man is dead. We had a third person in there, but you see what's going on here, right? This will be like a... I can already see the nasty setups you can do here. Like, let's say you're picking Arctic Base. They pick... It's like 6v6. You have 2 Methuses, 2 Mark IIs, and 2 GM3 close combats. And you'll probably just straight up kill people, like, as soon as you see them. And that's fucked up. I've seen that like a few times, and it's fucked. Just because of that heavy attack. But yeah, timeout. It is... They haven't been able to get like a full kind of fuck you combo off, but... Because it is easy to take out. It also has really weak legs. That's another weakness. It has really weak legs. But yeah, timeout, and we'll see what we got going on here. If we ever get there. Oh, I believe we wait super long time. My bad. But yeah. Is anything else I've got to mention? Oh, it's got an impact too, which you probably already saw here along with the force injectors. And I didn't say the dodge roll. Yeah, I got a dodge roll. And mission complete with our King Crimson. No weaknesses. Hey, top individual score again, but the other GM did pretty good, and so did our Goof. Goof did really well. And 4th place, 7-3. Not too bad at all, actually. But yeah, that's the GM3 close combat, which highly devastating skill it has. But the suit itself is nothing to write home about. And that's why it's carried just by that suit alone, essentially. It does have good skills, but it's just the resistances can screw it over. I think it's way better in space because of its skill set with its maneuver armor and its force injectors, and you pair that up with its high burst damage. It does have pretty good combo game, but I think other suits like the Strike Custom, other raid suits, you know, they're built to last longer. It also has offense system, which is pretty good. It's got a predictable game plan. It wants to get in close to do melee. If it doesn't, it's kind of just wasting its time because it has 0 range strength. So it has to get close. A lot of suits will be able to counter it pretty easily if they see what's going on, you know. Hell, even some supports will be able to counter it, keep it in a stun lock. So, do I think it's worth it? I think it's worth getting just for the fact that it can do that much damage. But I don't think it's worth to use, like, seriously, you know? Even though it does have some gross fuck you damage, again, I think there's other suits that are worth more to invest your time with, and they're more versatile. It's not just run straight forward and try to get your melee off, which, I mean, there's a little bit of other things you can do with this suit, but still, 0 melee range, and its Vulcans are kind of doo-doo. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for my thoughts on the GM3 Close Combat, and that's going to be in the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want, I'd really appreciate it. And, type up in the comment section what you feel about the GM3 Close Combat. Do you like it? Do you hate it? The suit itself, the GM3 Close Combat, I am really indifferent towards. Like, again, like I said near the beginning of the video, I almost just wanted to go back to fucking sleep and not care about this suit, because, like, oh, okay, I'm going to sleep now. But no, it has that one skill, and that's what carries it and makes it interesting. That gimmick. But unfortunately, what I see happening is that more suits are going to get this skill, and they're probably going to be more versatile, because this feels like a test bed to bring this heavy attack in. This whole thing's a test bed, which I think it's successful. It brings up this interesting new mechanic. But the suit itself, it surrenders a lot of defenses in order to gain that skill. Although, if you're a really good player, you can make it work. You can give it a little bit more higher beam resistance, maybe some leg armor, and you can do fine. Just you're gonna have to be very careful, because again, you'll be easy to take out for a lot of generals. Beware of Mark IIs and Gallus J's and basically anything that has really high melee. Just don't even go near a general unless you're damn sure you're gonna get your heavy attack off and kill it. That's all I'm gonna say. But then again, these are initial thoughts, so maybe as the weeks go on by, it'll be better. I do think a lot of people are gonna use it just for that burst damage, which I don't blame them. Fucking free 14k damage on a support, hell yeah, and it goes through shields, hell yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be fucking scary when you fight a really good GM3 close combat player. But yeah, it's gonna be it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.